quick enough. A little bit of blood on Barry Brown Jr.'s arm.
Geez, they were quick to point that out.
But when you're 4 and 4, you got 10 points. They old-fashioned dobbed on him then, didn't they? Ryan Repair and Isaiah Liafa, the only two to hit a New Zealand visitors who lead by 1. Shot clock and handoff to Sunday Dech, who probably... They reset. Sunday Dech drives. Liafa got a piece of that. 3 on the clock. Dech has to fire it up. The Breakers once again stand up defensively.
They had their chances. I mean, that layup. Sunday Dech. Mitch McCarron made a really nice pass. It was a good cut from Sunday Dech. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be making that one. New Zealand, we know how strong they have been defensively. Give up a couple. Got a shot clock violation.
Per game, the New Zealand Breakers, 80 a game they allow the opposition. It's not the only defensive metric that's used, but it's still a pretty important one. McDowell White, nice finish off the glass.
Well, it is, and I think a lot of it also has to do with the way in which they're very controlled and methodical on the offensive end, and puts them in good defensive positions and don't always get exposed to defensive transition, but Trevor just bullets his way to the basket, throws one up, drops in.
He's played really well as of late. Anthony Drew missed a couple of games and he was coming off the bench, but I think they look better when he's in that starting lineup and play really aggressive.
Fix the clock up, slight issue there.
10.5 points a game. Only shooting at 3 and 30%, but we saw on Friday night back-to-back threes out the gate. Do that really quickly.
1 minute.
Liafa. Off to Brown. Across the face from Ian Clark. They're all up and in. Basket won't count. Offensive foul. That's where you shoot the...
What he does do, build a wall, and you see the help position, and might have been a little stiff.
Oh, that's his second foul as well. And yeah, a little bit of a shout out to the referees. Saying to watch the game. I think that was about that first one. The swipe from Ian Clark, but I like that. You know, he's an offensive threat from Ian. Offensively throughout the season, he's trying to set a tone. Be a little bit up and in.
Jimmy lost the handle again. It's taking defensive pressure of the Breakers. Forcing quarter.
10 of the Adelaide 36ers, they're really putting a priority of trying to get to the rim. And because of that, they're driving into traffic. Last one, the ball and hang on to it if you're going to go in there amongst the forest.
Junior, for Anthony Drumming, all the help is to the left side of the screen. You can't let him refuse and get downhill, because then you're in come off the strong side corner.
His first 3 competition in that stat. And Adelaide turn it over. A lot of the story for them in the opening quarter. The Breakers lead it by 4.
End of first quarter mga idol ha. Hinaan lang natin yung sounds. Iwas copyright tayo.
Centre, the sold outside. 36ers game, but unfortunately for the home fans, it's been the Breakers who have got out of the gates. They lead 19-15.
Second quarter
What
mga
Barry
idol
Brown does, but what do
Tingnan natin
defensively,
kung
if you have to break off
kasama
plays
na
and
sa
try and
lineup
go one-on-one, it's just not going to work over the course of a game. New Zealand, after that big layoff,
Starting
as we see a
five ulit.
turnover here. Adelaide out in transition. It's going to be the easiest way you can score against the Breakers off a turnover. They lost to Tasmania, who execute really well in the half court. They slow things down. They make sure they set strong physical picks to get everybody open. If you just have to rely on some
17-19.
one-on-one efforts, it's not going to work over the course of 40 minutes against New Zealand.
Barry Brown, the leading scorer in the game, he's got 10. Rob Lowe in.
nice defense by Kai Soto.
To start the second. Cam Glidden also out there. Starting the second quarter for New Zealand.
Pasensya nyo na po yung connection natin
The whistle throws it up and the prayer gets answered. See on the Amy replay.
A no-pass offense. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, Robert Frank's good enough to take the contact and score, but you look back to the first 2 minutes of the game. It was Robert Frank's isolated, started 0 of 2, and then he hit that 3 ball in a one-on-one situation. If you're New Zealand, they're playing right into your hands.
Ay, sa mga magpapashoutout ko mga idol, pakilagay na lang sa comment
Very
section.
short leash this afternoon. Rob Lowe taking it straight out after that play.
I think it was a combination of the offensive play.
Pasupport na rin idol ng
Defensive play.
subscribe na lang po.
Jarrell Brantley with his first field goal.
Nasa loob si Kai Soto, ang ganda ng nilalaro ng mga Adelaide
Having a wonderful season, no question about that.
Well, he loves playing against the 36ers as well, averaging almost 20 and 10 in the 2 games against the 36ers.
Nice. Uy, di
Game
na
a
rebound.
really nothing play. Come down and just make it a one-on-one
Nice
contest. So
defense
that's what
again
they're
by Kai
trying to do.
Soto.
Franks has 6 points, 4 rebounds as well in the opening quarter, but was stripped by Brantley. Had the outnumber and Derek Pardon with the jam.
Well, you hear CJ Bruton, he was barking DHO, dribble handoff to the corner. Didn't happen, and Jarrell Brantley has been ultra physical
Nice
to
steal.
start this game on Robert Franks. And it's 2 big men running the floor.
Love the ball pressure. Makes it hard to get started and also makes it hard to make those passes and always give yourself a chance to do what happened then, and that's cause the turnover.
Soto from the elbow.
Nice, di pumasok.
Jumper.
Sayang.
Here's Derek Pardon with the rebound. 6th in the competition in that stat. 4th in the competition in blocks. Glidden for 3. The Breakers have come out firing in this second quarter, and CJ Bruton has seen enough.
Can't lose Cam Glidden.
Mablay si Kai, no?
Feet set.
Pero maganda
It's
yung
gone down. There's
defense niya,
injury.
mga idol,
Just at the last second thought he might try and go underneath that screen.
Sayang.
Tell
Bawi
you
na
what,
lang, bawi.
Look, Derek Pardon and Jarrell Brantley, when they set screens, they mean it.
Oh,
They've scored the last 7. The New Zealand Breakers, some work to do for the 36ers. 7:57 remaining in this second quarter. John Casey caught up with Antonius Cleveland pre-game and spoke about the Adelaide crowd and how they're flocking in their droves to the entertainment centre.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The way it keeps selling out. You know, our start was a little rocky, but I mean, they were still packing it out, man. And it's crazy. I didn't expect that when I came here. I wasn't familiar with the fans of last year. I definitely didn't expect this, but I think it's the best fans in the league
Bigyan
right
nila
now, in
ng
my
play
opinion.
yung bata. Bigyan ng play si
As a
Guy
player, that means a
para
lot.
dominate na.
Now, you are the resident South Australian at this desk, Peter Hawley. These are some big
Sayang
numbers.
ng
The
talent ng
36
bata
firing
kung
up.
It's
hindi
incredible.
nila bibigyan ng play
It's a big testament to them. As you said, they
Ganda ng
struggled
nilalaro.
to start with, and they've had their moments, but they continue to rock up and continue. In Australia, it's a beautiful place.
Ngayon
Best
natin
football
kung
team in
nasa loob pa si
Australia.
Kai,
So,
Ayun, kasama pa si
also,
Kai sa lineup.
That's what you want to hear. It's very unlikely you're going to hear a guy for a team say, Oh, we're the third best fan base in the league. Very unlikely.
We're
Could happen.
chipping away. Hopefully they'll lift a little bit. Well, but just being a South Australian. Oh, well, hang on. Before we get onto that business, Latrobe coughing up 50k for someone. Just jump on the NBL website. Away you go, and who knows? 50k might jump in. That'd be nice.
Yeah, nice little injection to start the new year, wouldn't it?
But as the courtesy of the great folk at Latrobe Finance, I tell you, if you're going to get financing, if that's what they do it magnificently. That's what they do, and just jump on board with them because they are terrific.
But help you count yours, I believe.
My folks have got all their super in Latrobe. Is that right? That's true as I sit here today. Hey,
I'm sure they'd appreciate you.
Better person to have a plug than the goat.
No, just as the resident South Australian, and I know he's only been there a short period of time, but what does it is when the fans are pegging it out? They're still pegging it out. What does that mean?
I said packing it out.
Oh, packing. Packing make a whole lot more sense.
Well, we're not have now.
We're going to save him 26-20. Breakers lead by 6.
I wondered what was going on. You look very confused about that entire
couldn't figure it out.
Between that and Rob Franks not knowing what the Moles balls were a couple of weeks ago,
Never a dull day with the goat. Never a dull day. Karen scored in the game so far. Franks down low. That's tough over the top. Round one of the foul. Good enough to put it back in.
and that was a better offensive. You saw when Robert Franks started, they got him on the block with a bit of a mismatch. He missed the first one on his own effort. He's got 5
Dito
rebounds.
nakaka-score si Kai na itong
Game so
second
far to go with
quarter.
8 points. That looked a lot better than just letting him bring it up or throwing it straight
Pero maganda
into
pa rin yung
it. And trying
defense
to go
niya
against
kahit
Terrell
paano.
Brantley, who answers straight back, and that's his second bucket in the exact same
28-22 lamang yung New Zealand
They're running
Breakers.
that play for Pardon for a lot of the game. This time they go to
Ayan
Brownlee.
sa mga
With
magpapa-shoutout
Pardon,
mga
they
idol,
double team.
pakilagay na lang.
Brownlee penalised them.
CJ Bruton not happy with the physicality.
Rebound.
New Zealand is showing defensively. Cleveland fixes that. Strains a 3 over the top.
He's giving a nice little high five to Terrell Brantley. Terrell Brantley just saying, that's a tough hit. And I'll tell you what, I reckon within 60 seconds, Terrell Brantley might be whistled for a foul because he is being ultra physical playing on
Crombie. Not going to get one back.
I love the way Abercrombie's come back into this team. With his reputation and history, he hasn't tried for most part on the offense.
It goes. The Breakers are firing on all cylinders.
But again, that starts from Derek Part on the defensive end. The ability to steal that mentally dribbling. He is an elite defender in his position, and he can switch onto a guard and then Tom Abercrombie open floor. That is veteran savvy. Just a little bit of a bump. Make sure Cleveland couldn't jump to try and contest it. And one opportunity.
Game high 7-point lead now for New Zealand. Spread the load. Everyone except Vodanovic and Rob Lowe, who have been on the floor in the court. Cleveland. Back to McCarron, top of the key, 8 on the shot clock. He gets down low. Foul came before the block.
It's not a highly sophisticated offense that the Adelaide 36s are running now. Just a
Small
fly
ball na naman
passes
yung
there. It's
ginamit
just
nito si
about
Bruton.
trying to
Tinanggalan naman si
penetrate
Kai
the dish.
Soto.
It's finding that balance between trying to suck that defense in for the kick out for the 3 ball or trying to finish around the rim. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Well, he's attempted 6 threes so far. And
Kamot na sa ulo yung
pretty
Calvo.
early on. Putting a lot of emphasis on trying to get into the paint.
Umamot na sa ulo si Calvo. Wala na.
There might be a lot of physicality on the defensive end. They do it from the opening tip. Try and turn it up and ramp it up where it looks obvious that there is maybe some hand checks being
One shot. Change it with Chris Reed and the Adelaide captain.
What they're also doing is trying to play through Franks a little bit more. It was early on in the 4th period in the game on Friday night against the Hawks, and Franks had only taken 5 field goal attempts. He's already got the 8 points and 3 of 7 from the field.
Big offensive rebound. through the fingertips of Abercrombie and Monty Mayor.
I would assume Motomeo is upset that either Tom Abercrombie didn't cut or didn't move from the post up, because
exactly what
there is no way he is upset with that bullet pass from point blank from Derek Pardon. If that is a little higher up, that is straight in the nose of Tom Abercrombie.
Cleveland steps inside. Great move. A mini run here for Adelaide. Got it back to a 3-point game. It was as high as 7 not that long ago. It's Tom Vodanovic. It's his own rebound back. He's still going. Doesn't get that one to drop either.
Rebound for Robert Franks. 6 rebounds already.
Foul. Breakers. That will be free throws for Adelaide. So New Zealand are going to spend the back half of this quarter now over the limit.
It is, and that's the pressure all over the place. Does put up.
With thanks to Sportsbet, every dunk during the month of January, Sportsbet are going to kick in $500 to Australian prostate cancer. We've had 40 dunks in the month of January so far, which means 20K.
Oh, it's fantastic, and continue to rise. Already had a couple on this one as well.
It is a 32-29 lead for the Breakers, but Monty Mayor not happy with everything that he's seen. He's the one that's called a timeout. Let's get courtside to John Casey.
I'm here with the triple Adelaide Championship winner Rupert Sapwell, part of the massive crowd. Now you guys are tracking your... Rocking too. When we first moved to the entertainment centre, are you seeing in the game at the moment? Oh, an extreme level of physicality from the... What do you suggest Adelaide do to counter that? Match it. Yes, bring it. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a war, so good luck to them. And you're happy to see Adelaide back fighting for a championship or a playoff spot after 4 years without being in the finals? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're in the mix now for sure, but I think the thing for them is, A, winning at home, which they've been doing. People have been turning up, so really creating an environment for them. And then, getting it done at the defensive end. Always good to see you, Rupert. All right, thanks, guys.
He's always got a colourful shirt on as well, Rupert Sapwell. There's a couple of championships that he was a part of.
My word. And the man that brought back into vogue, never really caught on with too many others, the bank shot. But I'm not just talking to the bank shot around the rim, like the 3-point bank shot. Was, by design up there, it's there to be used.
His shot blocked. Great
Whistle, but what a pass from Isaiah Liafi. You thought the lob was coming, and then Antonius Cleveland. That is just straight up. Oh, look, if they probably stay unwhistled and continue on the play. McCarron wanted to charge. That was probably the lowest percentage of that one getting goal.
That wasn't happening. Danovic tees off. Breakers are starting to get their 3-point game going now.
Well, overall, they're 51%.
5-point lead na naman yung New Zealand. Adelaide 30 points.
Clark banks that home.
Yun, nakaka-counted pa si Clark.
Almost every possession, asking and just trying to remind the officials that there might be some contact with the hands.
Magaling din talaga itong no?
Gets his feet set.
Yung nakuha nilang import na point guard. Point guard ba to?
All the contact that's been out there, that was probably the least of
33-35. Lamang pa rin yung New Zealand ng dalawa.
Just officially lodged 6 minutes, so by the time it gets to halftime, Drew's on track for the 20 minutes in the game. I'm with
Para si Kai, no? Si Johnson pa rin nandyan sa loob.
This is someone who should be playing high 20s. It's just that electrifying, and his presence on the floor, I think, will be a lot more calming to this Adelaide 36ers outfit.
Danovic with 1 on the clock. That shot was blocked as well.
That's an offensive foul. Just holding back. Normally we see it in the post, a little chicken wing. Little off arm. That's going to be 3,000 Antonius Cleveland. Oh, look here. That's what they're calling it right there. It's a great call.
Of course it is.
He just didn't have to do it.
Cleveland will sit down in foul trouble. No need for him to do it. He was already ahead of Abercrombie.
Tom Abercrombie, an elite defender, but you're right. He'd already had a step past and on the open floor. Antonius Cleveland, those long strides, he's gone. Just trust your athleticism. There you go. That helps.
Dents with the steal and the layup. We're locked away at 35 at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre.
Well, we heard Red Ruben Sappel say what the answer is. What we've seen the last few possessions, they've actually done. They've actually taken a leaf out of the Breakers' book, and they're trying to be a lot more physical. They've come up with some turnovers and some block shots, and it's been looking good for the 36ers on the defensive end.
Taipan to the Phoenix to come as soon as we finish off here. Two teams. Finals implications that game.
It's great defense from Sunday Detch. One-on-one. Allow Robert Franks to come and send the double team. Have a look here. Robert Franks, great positioning just to show the crowd. And you just got to play through your chest. Sunday Detch and then the hands.
Tsagaan na lang po natin yung ating connection mga idol ah.
That seemed like a
Medyo mahina po.
jump ball.
You say it is, I'm back here.
Sure you will, but yeah, it did look quick.
Chris Reed, Mark Wrist, Nathan Durant. 3 men in charge this afternoon. It's back to a 2-point game. McCarron inside to level it up. Down White gets things moving quickly. Look at this ball movement from New Zealand. They made the most of the outnumber.
35-39, lamang ng apat.
No. Clean up glass on the defensive end, and then he pushes it in transition, and he's just so patient. Doesn't try and force anything. Have a look here. He goes Will McDowell wide. Everybody's going to run. He's got options everywhere. Picks Isaiah Yaffa, relocates straight away. Doesn't try and force anything. Just takes his time. Draws Daniel Johnson.
Wala talagang defense sa ilalim. Mahina yung defense sa ilalim.
Today, John Casey caught up with one of the stars of this competition, Barry Brown, whose season continues to build. He's now top 3 in the competition for points per game, and John Casey asked him whether he could.
Did you expect to come here and, as I say, be an MVP candidate in your first season of the NBL?
Me and Coach Modi talked about what the expectations were of me, and I think that we were just kind of trying to just get the best version of myself that I could be, and we know that the sky's the limit for me as far as reaching my potential, and he's been doing a great job of kind of allowing me to see that untapped potential for sure.
Well, across the season, we've spoken about names like Cooks, like Creek, like Pinder, like Cotton, Milton Doyle. I must admit, Barry Brown's name hasn't come up too often. Is a bit of that to do with the fact we've only seen them 3 times in the last month, potentially? Have we almost forgotten about him?
Well, I don't think we've forgotten about him. I think it's more, everyone's had him kind of as the lock early on as the 6th man of the year. No doubt about that. And I've only played the 3 games in a month. Corey last night was the big advocate for it. He was the one throwing his name out there saying, why are we not talking about what he's producing? I think he's going to struggle.
Shoutout dyan sa mga viewers natin, no? Sa mga magpapa-shoutout, pakilagay na lang po sa comment section yung ano.
Not just scoring. But he's had a tremendous season.
35-39, New Zealand pa rin yung lamang ng apat.
It's going to be interesting to see whether he actually qualifies for the 6th man award now that he's now starting, has been starting the last couple of games. I don't know what the actual criteria is. You actually, I think,
So I believe that he has
the award.
Very
Very great authority.
No, I think I'm
the chairman of the selection committee.
I'd like to put my 2 cents in with a nice thorough article, but I bring a strong justification as to why you think someone deserves to win. I'm all for it, and I love that conversation. It comes down towards the end of how many games towards the end of the season, towards the last game you have played.
He's come off the bench the last 6 games. Does he start to put himself into contention for 6th man of the year? Referee's let it go for a while.
Well, there you go, Drew. You had the quickest jump ball of all time about a minute ago, and then you had the longest one here.
It's going to go go the way of the Breakers. Good help defence. And it's just a scramble.
Harris a little out of control. Karen sits down. Minute 34 before half time. Breakers set right now. 12 wins and 6 losses. Adelaide, as we mentioned off the back, of winning 5 of their last 6 and now into 4th. 11 and 9. Making a few teams in that finals contention pretty nervous.
There's a logjam around the playing tournament spots.
Arthur, good look.
1 minute and 22 seconds na lang natitira sa second quarter, mga
I think
idol.
he's one that you've got to think twice about going underneath on. Because he can fill it up. He gets hot. He's one of the better in the competition. Can be a little streaky, but already made one. See here, under there, and then it's just a game of horse whether he's now going to make it or not, because there's no pressure on that shot whatsoever.
Well, he shoots 38% from 3, but normally the blanket rule on a rescreen. So he went underneath the first one, was a little deep, but if there's a rescreen set, you've got to fight over. If there's that second screen comes straight back from Rob Lowe, there's no other rule. You throw it out the window, you've got to fight over. But Rob Lowe also a bit of a veteran move, just trying to dive and take him out of the way and give that open 3 ball.
Your chance to win the trip of a lifetime to the US. You and a mate can meet Shaquille O'Neal. Flights, accom, spending money included. You can enter now and also enter on the NBL website. You can't scan the hands on a pair of pumps on Friday night, Drew.
I know, that's delightful.
Yes, please. Too cool for me, I think. Franks down the lane with the left hand. Petrus.
Just looked like he was setting up for a little bit of Statue of Liberty type throwdown. Keeps the ball out. Brantley didn't want any of that. Fouls him, puts it in line to shoot a couple.
Mutual respect being shown here from a couple of players. Cleveland hit a 3 in Terrell Brantley's face, and he gave him a nice high 5, and then Brantley, they're always going to compete, they're going to chirp. That from both sides.
Good free throw shooter.
Oh, you're kidding. You are kidding me.
He's 78%.
He hadn't even released it.
Just checking the numbers, and he very solid.
Go again then.
Adelaide within 4. 10-13 from the stripe. These breakers, no? 50. Still the for his. Got another one.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
They run.
Zali Arthur, now the Breakers leading scorer with 11. And he's the leading scorer in the game. Shot clock is switched off. Brantley hands off to McDowell White. The Arthur behind the back, Abercrombie. He's going to have to get creative. He's fouled. They've got one to give.
Not a bad foul. 8 seconds to go.
It is, and that was really good
1.8
rotation.
seconds na lang po, mga idol.
And they took away the shot from, is it Arthur, who was...
1.8 left on the clock. Breakers have got a timeout. Then just take us inside these.
Say it. Terrell Brantley type at the high post. It's a quick rip, and you get a little float with Dow White's hands to make the decision.
So when it is in this situation, Drewy, from a coach's perspective, is it as much about what happens off the ball in terms of getting someone open.
It can be because it depends. Like I agree with Wolves. You've got enough time for a catch and a bounce and even an extra pass for someone's. On this one
Ayun
here,
na, pinasok na si Guy. Pinasok na.
coaches when they see these types to bust up a play.
Sa lineup na.
Everything and maybe put Kai Sato's length on the ball. Down wide, let him make that decision, and they should have numerous guys.
See what they can conjure up.
Pinasok niya, 2.4 seconds.
And shoot the
Second
three ball. That
quarter.
doesn't stick.
Walang iya
Breakers
talaga.
lead 45 to 38 at halftime. They've got a fantastic record on the road this season.
End of half time,
They
mga
put
idol.
themselves in a good position to make it 7-2 on the road at the main break. At the mark, you can see
Patayin ko muna yung live natin, mga balik na lang po kayo.